what up? Thank you for tuning in to Who-Bangin Sports Talk Show.
Who-Bangin.
Hey, I don't know if y'all caught our Pick 6
Picks of the week
last week, but guess what? We went 6 for 6. Now, I tweeted out that we went 5 and 1, but I lost my paper. And guess who had it?
I had it. You know why though? I had it for good reason, because I know sometimes you probably thought it was trash, throw it away.
Yeah, so where I made the discrepancy of thinking that we took Wisconsin to win by the 36, which they didn't. So these are the real picks that went 6 for 6. So we had Arizona State plus 6.5, cash that.
Yep.
We had UCLA plus 30.5,
yep.
Cash that.
Yep.
We had Houston minus 4. Shout out to my man Wham right here. That was like
my
excellent pick. Besides the Arizona State pick, that was an excellent pick as well.
I appreciate you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Good looking out on that.
I appreciate you, bro.
And on my other taping, I gave out Air Force first half, but on the pick 6 picks of the week, I gave out the Air Force under.
Yeah.
And that cash.
That cash.
And then we had Utah State minus 24.
Yep.
That cash.
Yep.
And then we had Vandy minus 9. And that cash. So
I had the over in that one and that cash. So it really went 7 for 6, because I added the over on that 61.
Bam.
And that one cashed
Hey, what better than tune into the show where you can get these great picks?
Come on.
Put them in the air.
Get down or lay down.
Get your money, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to come right back at you with this week's Pick 6 Picks of the Week. You ready, Webb?
Yeah, we the new Death Row, bro. I'm ready for
New
this.
Death Row, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Suge Knight, you know what I'm saying?
Suge Knight, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to do that, bro. We ain't going to do that.
Hey, but check it out. First game, New Mexico versus New Mexico State.
Yeah.
We got New Mexico minus 5. The over is under is 58. Now, I took a look at the game. This was a peculiar game last year. New Mexico State almost pulled it off.
Yeah.
But New Mexico came back at the end. They scored, they won.
Yeah.
But this year team, they have 9 returning people for New Mexico State on defense. And this group seen what happened last year, so I don't know about what's going to happen this year. But as far as the series of this rival, New Mexico leads the series. New Mexico's a little more quality team. I'm going to go with New Mexico on the money line only, or take it in the teaser. That's it. How about you?
So on this one, I just take the 5 points. New Mexico is just a better team. You know, we already kind of know that New Mexico State really is kind of like the little brother in this situation. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take New Mexico. I really don't have too much to talk about on that one. But on the next one though, like on Boise State, Oklahoma State is minus 3. I like the under on that game. You know what I'm saying? What's the over and under on that one?
The over and under on that one is 63.5.
I like the over. I like the under 63.5 on that one. You know, both of these is like, you know, tough and rugged. Yeah, they're gonna be clashing. He's gonna slow it down. Gonna be running the ball. You know how that works. And I like to do that type of game plan. When you got a game plan on game plan that makes that conflict with the number, you gotta take that. That's the under 65.5. That's one more right there. What about you, bro?
I'm looking at it the same way. 2 high passing teams, but both of them, and you know, to be both ranked, you know, you gotta have some defense in your system. So we constantly look at this as 2 passing teams going there. You know, they put the line up at 63. Watch the line; it might go a little bit further up. You know, and the more up it goes, the under will cash. Because these 2 teams are going to go knock for knock at the beginning, and it's going to take a little while for the scoring to get developing. If it does get out of hand, it'll probably get out of hand in the second half, but I'm going to stand by the pick and stand on the under as well.
Yes, sir.
Next, we got Colorado State and Florida. Now, this Colorado State team goes out to the SEC to see Florida. Florida's been on like a rocky little 2 games starting off the season, but they got Florida. They started off at 19. This went up to 20.5 with an over/under of 55.5. Now, from what I look at it, both teams kind of rely on their defense because their offenses are both still developing.
Yeah.
So Florida, definitely SEC, you know, they're going to have an upper hand on the defense. Colorado State, they were kind of built around defense. Their offense didn't really pan out how they expected, and they had to rely on defense to do the little bit that they've been trying to hang on and do.
Yeah.
But I think they both start off slow, and I'm gonna go first half under. What you think about that?
I feel like that's the way to go. I'm gonna tell you on that one, bro, because the first half under, it sounds like the only way to go. They're both really gonna kind of try to fill each other out too.
Yep.
I like that one. Like that makes more sense to me. I don't even think we need to even waste any more time on that one. Like that one makes more sense to me than anything right there. Like that's first time under. I might drop a unit and a half on that one. Like you know, that one might sound like real nice. But for the Washington Utah game, that's -6 going towards Washington. Now Utah coach just came out and said that he, like not too long ago at least, he said basically that there's inconsistencies in every position on his football team. Now when he says that, you know, and you know Utah, they have a weather advantage when you go play Utah. When you go play the Mile High States. They got
altitude and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They have certain type of advantages like that. And the line setter set it at 6 for you know Jake Browning to have a clutch game, a game that you know puts him back into Heisman talks. That sounds like more appropriate for me. I'm going to take the 6 on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That makes so much sense to me, and I don't really got to break it down like that for you to understand. But it's other ways that you can break it down, like the numbers align with it, everything.
Well, I'm gonna break this one down the same way I look at the Colorado State Florida game. Yeah. Two high-powered teams. Washington, high-powered team, you know, got off to a slow start against Auburn. You know, had to take that L. And Utah's a pretty decent team, you know, and you know they gonna show down a little bit.
I got you.
And it's gonna go the same way. Yeah. Two high-powered offense equals low totals, and it's peaking already from the line setters because the line setters got it at 47.5.
Yeah.
So I like the first half under on that game too. You know, teams got to fill each other's out a little bit. I see these teams gonna fill each other's out in the first quarter or two, and then they'll probably take off. Probably end up going over, but I like the first half under on that one as well. Next, we got the big showdown. And being out here that we in Southern California, you know, it's like comments, office talk, and news everywhere you go about this SC Texas game coming up.
This is the worst one, bro.
Yeah, what you think about this SC Texas game?
Okay, so the craziest thing about the USC Texas game, what I found out about, is that both teams are going under scrutiny right now from both sides. Like as far as Texas is being on Texas coaches and coaching staff, USC Southern Cal alumni are saying that, you know, USC is being soft on practices. They're not going hard enough. That's the reason why they lost against Stanford. Now, I'm going to just get this straight. Stanford is on another level than Utah. You know what I mean? Than Texas. Than Texas. So I don't feel like USC is going to have the same problems like they had against Stanford. I like USC on this one, so I'm taking them against the points.
I just really thought you was gonna do Texas right there.
Nah, I'll take the 3 on the.
I like USC on the money line. Texas ain't really proving themselves. USC got out to, you know, a little start. I think it's gonna be a spot for JT Jennings to show he has a little potential. He didn't go through all what he went through to get here and not play. Yeah. So he's probably gonna have a good game this time. You know, you should look for USC to turn those packages around, come out fired up. And I'm gonna go SC on the money line. And we almost running out of time right here, but this is an easy call to me.
Easy call.
So number 23. Arizona State versus San Diego State. What you got?
Come on, man. I already told y'all Arizona State cashed last week. I'm taking Houston as well. So you can take Houston and Arizona State. I'm taking Arizona State against the points. They on point right now. N'Keal Harry is on point. Herm Edwards got everybody doing what they need to be doing. This is a wrap.
So I'm right with you, man. I'm right here on Arizona State as well, man. I'm a fan of this team. You know, as a lineman, you see that defensive line, they're awesome. That team is tough. Yeah. You know, when you see a team be able to adjust like they did in the game and come back and win and show some poise, some pride, and bring home that victory, you got to look out for them. I'm going to continue to trail Arizona State until they fall off. So I'm on Arizona State.
For real, for real. Thank you for tuning in for Who-Bangin Sports. This your boy Wham OG.
And I'm DJ
Try
Big
Wham.
Boss.
DJ Big Boss on Twitter. Follow us. Shout out to Money Gang. Gang gang.